Hello, fishy friends. Today we're going to talk about the controller's toolbox. Now, I have a lot of time and effort invested in this set of reports because they're the reports that I have needed over the years to solve problems, tie out to QuickBooks, be able to evaluate my accounting. Okay? So today we're just going to do a general overview of the Controller's Toolbox reports. There are what I refer to as the core four, which show me all of my inventory adjustments and the accounts that we're going to hit. Okay? And the purchase transactions, and the same thing on the last page, the accounts that we're going to hit. Now, Fishbowl has very similar reports, but they're not detailed. They ignore the count coding. Okay? And also, all of our Controller's Toolbox reports are designed to be exported to Excel and are pivot table ready. Okay? And then we have the sales transactions. And that's, going to be for everybody. Again, we have our debit and credit summary down here. And then for my manufacturers, we have the export work order transactions. And I need a bigger date range because this is a demo file and, I don't do everything in it every day. So I need a date range that's more like this year to date. Yay, there we go. And so this shows every transaction. Now, this is really important to know that if I do not have multiple inventory asset accounts, when I build a manufacturing order, QuickBooks has a rule that you cannot send the same debit and credit entry to the same account via the SDK. Now, of course, they'll let us do that forever with our fingers. But through their API that called the SDK, QuickBooks does not allow that same debit and credit. So if you want to see the movement of your inventory on your work orders, what you really need is to have a raw materials versus finished goods account. Okay? So this shows me the work order number, the part number, the date it got to QuickBooks, the transaction date, the amount that was supposed to be used based upon the bill of materials, and the quantity actually used. This is known to be a problem on occasion. And this one does not have a QB reference because it hit inventory and it made no entry when it got to QuickBooks. If I have non-inventory items on my BOM or my work order, or service items or labor items, overhead items, then I will get an entry for those items, so it's a net transaction, but I do not get that inventory movement. Okay? Here, I have a valuation by location group for FIFO. This is excellent report after you've done your physical inventory to go back and say, okay, where are my things? Let's verify the test count. Let's verify the value at that moment in time. This particular one is similar to a report that Fishbowl offers, but theirs has a lot of formatting and what have you, making it very difficult to export it to Excel and make it usable. Okay. This one is for FIFO LIFO valuation, but we also have this for standard cost and average cost. All right. Inventory valuation by account. So this is also a takeoff from an existing Fishbowl report. And this is where, but what we've done is we have added the quantity on hand and the unit cost for each of the costing methods, so that we can then see, we can pick out mistakes. You know, like this one has no standard cost. So even though I have units on hand, so that's obviously something that if I'm running standard cost, I want to go fix. Okay. This is another quick way of getting your inventory. So I can check and see where my highest quantities are. What it's more apt to be is I can check and see what my extended cost is. So it's going to be, that's my smallest to largest. And I'm going to change that arrow. And that way I get a real quick look at my inventory so I can deal with my highest value transactions first. It also includes this payment transaction report. And, you know, for those of you who have, you know, a Shopify transaction type because that's one merchant service provider or etc., this report neatly shows all that. It also can be used to determine if I have the module option, if I have this module option selected, send payment when order is fulfilled, okay, then this report's a must, because it tells me which ones have not made it to QuickBooks yet, okay, or still there. There's no fulfillment date here. I can also format for showing me what hasn't been posted to QuickBooks, and I can see detail or I can see summary. If I want to, I can filter this by an individual payment method, which are no credit card transactions in this file because I don't have a credit card emulator. But, you know, so here we go. And then this report started out originally as my way to tell whether or not my people were actually making the bill date equal to the receipt date. So I would run this report, I would send it to Excel, and then I would filter and see what my activities were here. Okay? What it's become is, this is also a great report for reconciling the QuickBooks Online inventory, or if you don't want to, like I know one customer was the American arm of subsidiary of another international customer, and so their international customer, their parent company, wanted their payables to match the parent's receivables. So they couldn't do my date method, but you can manipulate this so you can find out how much you did post in a different period, so you can reconcile your daily inventory. Costing layer with transaction source. So costing layers are created when you receive and reconcile and what have you. So I can come in here and I can look at my history. So this guy is going to show me the type of transaction that created this costing layer, and if it's a purchase order or a manufacturing order, we have a hyperlink so we can go look at the transaction if it doesn't look correct. I have also input a column for standard cost to compare with the current costing layer, the calculated difference. So this is an ideal report to use to come up with what my standard cost should be when I'm evaluating my standard costs versus actual. It's also a great report to find out why you've got a wonky cost layer. And we'll have more descriptions of how to use this and what have you when we get to individual featured reports. So that is my summary of the Controller's Toolbox, and I encourage you to subscribe to my channel so you can learn more about each and every report. Thank you very much for viewing this video. And we at Terabyte Solutions are a full-service Fishbowl support firm. So we would like to help you with your Fishbowl issues. Give us a ring at 949-645-1019 and we will be happy to help. Thank you very much. Bye.